Hi, my name is Maryam and I'm going to be talking through my Advanced Interactive Media Development coursework. So I started off with my work in progress video and I wanted to show my progress since. So in my work in progress video, I basically got up to motion builder and rigging my character and so on. And I hadn't gotten a chance to actually import those characters and the animations into Unity and then show my scene. So since then, I have developed my scene. Unfortunately, I can't show the actual Unity files right now, so I'm just going to show you a few screen captures that I have, and hopefully that should show what I've done. So here, if I show my actual scene, I can then go on to describe how I did that. So if I play that, you can see Mia standing there. You can see Regina and Stephanie sitting there laughing, and their animations are looped. Liam is just sitting there, and Malcolm there is getting frustrated. So if I rewind that a bit, you can see that character in the corner. I created her using Adobe Fuse, so unfortunately she's sitting at the back there, so I can't zoom in because I'm only showing a screen capture. But hopefully I can show you her character in the Viva and add a picture of her onto the Padlet. So this is the scene so far. I used 3ds Max to develop the armchair, the lights, and the tables and stools. I also made a till, which is down there, and also the table that it's sitting on. So if I show you there, I've made these tables. I can't again zoom in, but you can see that I focused a bit more on the details and try to get the atmosphere across that I wanted and showed in the Padlet in my planning. So that's Julia at the back there. Again, you can't properly see her. There were problems when you importing characters from Mixamo because you had to scale them accordingly, and also their clothes were set to, I think it was transparent, where it was just a bit of a mess where you couldn't properly see the character, and they had problems with their materials, so you had to change the materials to be opaque. You can see here that I added lights. So as I mentioned in my planning, I wanted to add these lights, and I got halfway there with the main bit there, but I felt like I wanted to develop that more in coursework too, but then I didn't get a chance to focus more on the atmosphere. But if I go back, I wanted to add functionality to the lights, obviously, so I had to get a spotlight from the Unity imports and just fiddle about with the angle and the light color. So when importing from 3ds Max, I had a bit of an issue with the material staying along, and I'm not sure why that is, and hopefully I can try to figure that out and learn from that issue. But I had to make a material again in Unity and then attach that on there. So I added a bit of a glow, as you can see there, to obviously make sure that it looked a bit more of a light. So I feel like I got my setting across that I wanted to in my planning. So I wanted to try to use a similar setting, not quite there, but hopefully I can develop on that further. But my planning that I had basically wanted it to be more of a comfortable setting and then have stools and tables lined across. So as you can see here, I think I got the till across and the tables and stools. If I go back, you can see I added some sound in, and that was me trying to get the whole atmosphere across, like the whole Bug Easter sort of setting, and that was just a jazz file. It was an audio clip, just looped. Again, that's going to be played on awake, so when we play the animation, the game. Again, that's the till over there. And I think that's about it. So if I show you the actual development behind it. So this is just a flowchart of the different commands set together to show the narrative of how we interact with the Mia character and how she orders something from the cafe. So if we go on, she basically starts off by saying, "Could you take my order?" And that triggers on the next one, which then says, "Would you like to order?" where we have the option of clicking that. I wanted to add a bit more narrative to the commands, so I set 3 different commands, one after the other, showing that she's thinking and that we're waiting for her to answer. So once we go through that, you then go on to these 4 questions that we've got as a command prompt. So we've got, "I haven't got all day, love," "hurry up," and then, "would you like a burger," "would you like a drink," and "are you ready to pay?" So all of these 4 options showed a bit more narrative, but I felt like the burger, the drink, and the pay were obviously a bit more polite. So they've got the standard talk, 1A, 1B, and 1C animation linked to it. But this one, as you can see, that she's got an angry animation. So that was the burger. When we asked her, "Would you like a burger?" she replies, "You genius, I would love a burger." She's got the talk 1A linked to it. If we go on drink, she says, "Yes, please, it's heat, has me dehydrated." And again, she's got the talk 1B animation linked. When she says, when we ask her if she'd like to pay, she goes, "Sure, hunger." And we've got the 1C animation linked to it. And then the dialogue ends there. So if I show you how I went on to add the animator controllers, I have an animator controller for each character, which then allows me to implement the animation and so on. So this one was for Julia. So Julia was the character that I mentioned earlier that I created myself using Adobe Fuse. So we've got a sitting animation for her, and you can see that I dragged in the animation into the motion box there. So each state of hers that you'll see has a different animation. So this was angry. This was for Malcolm. He's the customer that was standing next to the Mia character who is just waiting to be served. Then there's the Mia character. So this is a bit more complicated because she had an animation for each part of the narrative. So we've got the 1A, 1B, 1C, and we've got the angry. And she starts off with just the general standard loop. So you can see that these are all of the parameters that we link to. So again, Regina and Stephanie, they're the 2 characters that were sitting there laughing. And I think that's about it for now.